Joe Kid, and this is Crutch, the 18 and up YouTube channel for weed lovers and cannabis patients alike. And it is Wednesday, so that means we got our weekly how-to right here on Crutch. And today I'm going to teach you how to do something that I personally wanted to know how to do the other day. I typed in how to use a Megatoke on YouTube, even how to Megatoke on YouTube, and there was no videos like that because I got a Megatoke in the mail and I was super excited to use it. And like I said, I couldn't find that video and that upset me, so I'm going to make that video right now and I'm going to teach you guys how to use a Megatoke. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. What is a Megatoke? This is the Megatoke right here. It kind of looks like, I like to call it C-3PO's lightsaber, but you know, he doesn't have a lightsaber as we all know. But it is a handheld weed smoking device, and it looks like a vape pen, and technically it's called a combust pen. And the difference between that is vape pens are smaller and they only heat up the weed enough to vaporize it, and this gets so hot that it actually combusts it, it burns the weed. But because of that, it allows you to get huge rips. And so let's start from the beginning. I got this box in the mail and I was like, oh my gosh, the Megatoke is here. Where do we begin? And we opened it and kind of have to pull it apart. It's a tight fitting box here, you know. I remember specifically the first time I opened it being like, oh my god, but it builds the anticipation, makes you want the product. And in that box you'll have your Megatoke, your instruction manual, but who reads those anyways? So in that box you're going to have your mouthpiece and lid, you're going to have your chamber where the combustion goes down, and then you're going to get to your Megatoke itself, which has a little battery opening that the cap screws off the bottom. You pop your battery in, and then you're going to get your little coil, which unscrews, you can screw back in, and it actually comes with two. You're also going to get this little rubber cap thing that is it's a mouthpiece cover, and this will come in handy in just a second, and I'll tell you why it's super cool. But it's important, so don't throw that away right when you get this box thinking it's some dumb rubber thing. Speaking of that, also, this little rubber piece comes on the device and it actually keeps the button from being able to be pushed down, and so I've held on to this just when I've been on walks. I've put this on there so I'm not burning the weed in my pocket by accidentally pushing the buttons. So you're going to put it together. You put your little chamber on the coil, you screw that on, and then you have your lid. Before you put it on, you got to put your weed in it and get high. So we have some Bubba cheese left over, ground up, and for vape pens, combust pens if you will, all those sorts of things. I personally think it's way better if you have really finely ground bud, not big chunks, really small chunks. In a way, I do that as I turn my grinder upside down when it has bud in it, and so it gets a little extra breaking up action, makes the pieces in there really small, perfect for the Megatoke. Then you just pop your weed open and load your Megatoke up. So how I usually do it is just pinch by pinch, get a nice, good, strong, thick pinch and just stuff it in there. It's not the easiest to load, I will say that, but you definitely get the job done. And I'd say most importantly, you want to have another tool. I always use another vape pen because it works perfectly, but like a pencil or pen would be the same size. And I think it's really important to pack it down because that is where the coil is, where the burning's happening. And this actually has a really good suction amount. So if you don't pack your weed down, you can suck the weed up to the top of the combustion chamber, then the coil's not even touching it, it's really far away and it's not going to heat it up nearly as good. So yes, you're going to want to pack your weed down in there good, and I'm going to load this one fat. Because when you hit this, it burns fast. Like, you'd be surprised. You definitely burn all your weed, you use all of it, but it's gone in just a few hits. So you want to make sure you get a good amount in there. When you grind up your weed finally, that definitely helps you fit more in there. And just like that, your Megatoke is packed and you're just about ready to smoke it if you charged your battery. But that's what the weed looks like in there, in the quartz combustion chamber, if you will, and we're just gonna screw our cap on. Alright, so you're almost ready to smoke it. The only important thing you gotta know before you hit it is you really do have to push the button down for a while if you pack it as tight as I do, if you put a lot of weed in there, to really get the heat up there to burn it fully and get a huge rip. The manual says 8 to 10 seconds is the good amount of time to hold it down. So you hold it down, you let it heat it up, and when it's ready, you can almost, sometimes you'll see the smoke coming out of the side. You rip it, and it's a super smooth, very good herb tasting hit, and you barely feel like you got any hit. You don't